As I told you, this is grammar review for Unit 11, and Marlon has just arrived. Let's bring him. Let's bring him back, okay? So, my partner and I live in an old house on the coast, okay? When it built or was built?
Was built.
Okay, passive voice. When it was built. In the 19th century, the person who built the house is not important. It was over 500 meters from the sea. But now the water seems to getting closer all the time.
Since.
Seems to be getting closer all the time. The sea level is rising or is rising every year.
Where is
the sea level, the level of the ocean, the level of the ocean.
Where is the sentence?
Rise goes up. To rise means something that goes up. For example, a rise in a salary means that you get more money, okay, for your salary. To rise the flag is to take the flag from the ground to the top of a pole so everybody can see the flag. Okay, so the sea level is rising every year.
Rising.
Wait a second, because Marlon is trying to get in. Something should have happening to him. Yes, let's give a second. So is rising or is rising?
Is rising.
Is rising. Because we're talking about a process. And when we talk about a process, we use the ing form, no matter every year. Morning, Marlon. Marlon is connecting. Okay. Marlon, you have no audio. Now you have it. Morning, Marlon. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now, but I can't do it by my computer.
Okay. Something wrong is happening with your computer.
Yes, okay. I suppose that the problem was you, but with the second one, there is no problem.
Okay. We're doing the review, the grammar, vocabulary, and grammar review from Unit 11. Okay. The first paragraph means the discrimination in between verb tenses, passive voice and active voice. Okay. So the sea level is rising every year, and the waves, Bianca, are washing or are washed away the beach.
Are washed.
Recording in progress.
No, are washing. Why are washing? Because it is a process. Okay. So are washing away the beach is the process. In this case, when the waves wash away means take the sand, the stones, everything that is from the beach, they take it into the ocean. Okay, that's the meaning of that verb, to wash away, to remove. In this case, every time the waves come and go back, they take the sand, the stones, the material that is on the beach. Okay. Sometimes when there is a storm, the water, let's see, Marlon, active voice or passive voice? Sometimes when there is a storm, the water is rich or reaches the house. Active or passive? Marlon, what do you think?
In that case, sometimes when there is a storm,
The water is rich or reaches the house?
reaches the house.
Reaches the house. Okay, because we know that the water is a subject, is the thing that performs the verb. So the water reaches the house. Last February, for instance, the ground floor, Marlon, completely flooded or was completely flooded by seawater. Remember, flood is when the water occupies all an area, a whole area. So last February, the ground floor completely flooded or was completely flooded by seawater.
Last February, when it's in the ground floor, was completely.
Was completely flooded. Flooded by seawater. And a small building near our house disappeared or was disappeared overnight.
Disappeared.
Disappeared. Because it's not that some element made it disappear, but it disappeared. Okay? Unless something does or is done immediately. Does or is done immediately.
Really, I don't know. I guess it's done.
Is done. Yes.
So, some better, but
Yeah,
unless it's
that's
something
good. If you say sounds, it means that you have acquired the structure.
done.
Even you don't think grammatically, that expression, it sounds me, is an indication that you have acquired the structure, even if you can't explain it grammatically, what it is your option. Okay, nice. Okay, Bianca, immediately we are known or know that our home will be next.
No.
We know that our home will be next. Okay, some other houses along the coast, the Marlon, saved or were saved by a strong wall.
Another house along the coast.
Hmm?
Were saved.
Were saved when a strong wall, Bianca, put up or was put up in front of them.
Was put up.
Was put up. Who put it up? We don't know. Okay, supposedly it should have been an engineer or an architect or by the people who live in the houses, etc. Okay, please check the text and tell me if there is any word you didn't get, any word you don't remember. Please check it.
In the 7,
Mm-hmm.
let's say completely flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Flood. That double O is one of the few words that you pronounce as O, flooded. Okay, to flood means when water goes on the ground, okay, and the level of water rises a lot. For example, water from a river, or when there is a hurricane, water from the ocean that come on the streets, in the houses, etc. That is a flood, or the verb to flood. Okay, in this case, the ground floor, the ground level of the house was completely flooded by seawater. The seawater went into the house and stayed there. Okay. Madeline, any question about the vocabulary?
No,
No problem.
no.
Bianca, any other word or expression?
No.
No, okay. Complete sentences 1 to 8 with the comparative or superlative adverb of the words in box. You should get up earlier in the morning. So let's do something. The pair ones are for Marlon and the odd ones are for Bianca. Okay? I'm gonna give you like, I don't know, 5 minutes or less for you to check and tell me, okay, Miss, this is a comparison, this is a superlative, okay, of each one. And remember, okay?
But we can, yes, of course. We need to
Remember,
ch-
those are adverbs. You remember that an adverb is an adjective. An adverb is an adjective plus ly. Okay. So for example, Maria speaks more quickly than anyone else in class. Maria speaks English more perfectly than anyone else in life. What happens with early? Early cannot be turned into an adverb. You cannot say early Lily.
yes.
That's why we have earlier instead. Because we cannot say earlyly, more earlyly. Early is adjective and adverb at the same time, as friendly and lovely.
For example, in that case, the second is quickly. Yes?
More quickly, because it is a comparison. Okay, the ice melted more quickly.
Yes, more quickly.
As soon as the temperature increased.
That is went quickly.
Yes.
But
Yes?
it's possible to say that is melted quickly.
Yes.
Or
Yes, you can say the ice melted quickly as soon as the temperature increased. But the exercise says use the comparative or the superlative adverb.
yes, but yes.
The idea is for students to practice that adverbs behave as long adjectives. Okay, that's the idea of this exercise. Of course, it sounds weird. The ice melted more quickly as soon as the temperature increased. We would say the ice melted quickly as soon as the temperature increase. But the purpose of the exercise is to make you use comparatives and superlatives as adverbs.
Okay.
Of course, there are some that you cannot make this more or the must be like earlier. Let's say that it is an exception.
Okay.
2 more minutes and we are over. Okay, are you ready?
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, Bianca. Of all the people at the meeting, Lauren spoke. She made a great speech.
Better.
Of all the people, she did it in a way that nobody else did.
No.
Nobody else spoke as she did. So, first, it is a comparison and a superlative.
I think it's yes.
No, remember, complete sentences 1 to 8 with the comparative superlative adverb from the word in the box. Nobody else spoke as she did. So first of all, is that a comparison or a superlative?
Comparison. No. Superlative.
A superlative. Does goodly exist?
No.
No.
Best.
The best. Okay. Why we use the best? Because goodly, it doesn't exist. Badly exists, but goodly, okay? Marlon, buses stop here now, every 10 minutes.
More frequently?
No, now in comparison with before. So it is yes, but more what?
More frequently, no?
More frequently. Yes. Sorry, I'm half asleep.
Yes, more frequently.
No, I have been woken up from 3 o'clock in the morning. I couldn't sleep more.
Okay.
Okay, so I slept like 2 or 3 minutes and then I woke up. 2 or 3 minutes and then I woke up. I don't know what
Wow.
happened last night. So I'm half asleep. Bianca, we must try to find solutions to environmental problems.
Quickest. No, sorry.
We have quick, we have already used quick, we have already used good, early, frequently. So we have bad, careful, hard, and heavy. We must try.
Most careful.
No,
I think so. I don't know.
hard. You work hard when you work a lot. So we must try. We must try more hardly to find solutions to environmental problems. So we have already used hard. Marlon, they are all bad musicians in that band, and the guitarist play of all.
Worst? The
I can
worst?
use worst. I can use worst. Remember, badly exist.
Okay. Yes.
So I can say the worst. It is possible to say the worst of all. But as they're asking for adverbs, badly exist. So I can say the most badly.
But sounds the most badly.
The most badly. Because remember, the purpose of the exercise is for you to use the adverbs and notice that it is possible to make adverbs, comparison, or superlatives. Okay? It began to rain. How can it rain? Careful or heavy? Because from heavy is heavily.
More heavy.
More heavily. And finally, if we all use the energy, the most carefully or more carefully. We can reduce the amount of pollution we cause.
The most.
The most
Careful.
carefully. Okay, if we all use energy the most carefully, we can reduce the amount of pollution we cause. Okay, in the case of the long adjectives like carefully, frequently, quickly, let's say it's easy to make the comparison and the superlative by making them an adverb. But with others, like for example, quickly, more quickly, it sounds weird. Okay? But the exercise demands you to do it. How do you know, for example, with good and bad? Because as I said, goodly doesn't exist, but badly exist. Okay? Complete the text with the noun form of the, let me, before, take the pick, click here, click here, let me send the pick. Okay, let's go back to the exercise, okay? A few years ago, after I finish, we're gonna use the noun, okay? My secondary education. At Canal Street Secondary, I received an invite
So,
changes to educate,
So-
education, invite,
invitation.
invitation. This is very easy, this exercise, you know? Invitation. Wait. I'm writing invitation. Invitation.
But what is the idea to change to
To change the
the verb to noun? Okay.
to nouns, okay? Notice, a few years after I finished my secondary education at Canal Street Secondary, I received an invitation to return there. It was for a
Celebration.
celebration. Celebration time. A celebration organized by school for ex-pupils following the
Completion.
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 Completion. No complexion, sino completion. Okay? The completion of several new buildings. When I arrived, I was very impressed. The new gym was a great improvement or improvement?
Improvement.
Improvement.
Ah, okay.
Because
Nice.
remember, if it is not on, it's meant. A great improvement on the old one where we used to take all our examination. The develop of some land next to the school. Development. The development. And let me eliminate it. Yeah. The development of some land next to the school also meant it now had far more classrooms. My only disappointment, not disappointing, was that none of my classmates was there, but I still enjoyed my day back at school. Is there a word there you didn't get?
Yes.
Which one?
I got it.
Which
In
one?
what part?
Did you get any problem understanding the words?
No. I need to. Let me. It's pupils is, I imagine,
Students.
it's a student that
Students.
it's a students.
Yes,
Like similar in
pupils.
Spanish, pupilo.
Yes, pupils is more British. Okay, American students, for ex-students or for former students. In this case, former means before. It's like the word former derives from before. Students who went there before, former. former students. Okay,
And
the
the
students that came before.
yes, I got it. And the completion
Mhm.
is
You know, for us, to say la terminación.
yes, but some
But in English, to terminate means to finish. That's why the robot was Terminator. Okay, that's a false cognate.
okay. It's okay. I don't have more questions.
Wait. To finish definitely. For example, a contract is terminated. It's not finished, it is terminated. For example, if you always buy your machines from a company in China, the Dacom company in China, and then you decide not to buy machines from that company, you terminate the contract.
And when I finish my job, I finish or I terminate.
When
Why complete? Why complete my
when you
job?
quit, when you quit a job, you terminate your working agreement. Because again, there is a difference, because contract is only for selling or buying things. Okay? So for example, when you rent a house, you don't have a contract. You have an agreement, a leasing agreement or a renting agreement. We said in Spanish, contrato de arrendamiento, but in English is it is an agreement, a leasing or a renting agreement. When you have, let me think. I'm trying to find the word for venta con reserva de dominio. Okay, but when you do that in a bank, you don't have a contract, you have an agreement. Contract is only for business, okay, for services. Let me get the name of that in English, because it's a word that I use a lot when I do leasing. Yes, it's a leasing. Okay? A leasing.
Yes, a leasing. I have a leasing now in Bogota for my house. My house in Bogota.
Okay, your
with
house in
Colombia.
Bogota. It means that you rent that house, okay, or that's your house, and you rent it to someone else. But we have to be careful, because a leasing contract means, a leasing agreement means that that person is the first option if you decide to sell your house. If you rent, if you have a renting agreement, it means that person doesn't have any right to buy the house or the property, the real estate.
Mi jefe me está llamando, dame un momentico.
Okay, no problem.
Señor.
Your boss knows that at this time you're in class.
My boss knows that I'm studying, but he always call me he always chat with me in this time, and I had to repeat and say the same. I feel that he wants to push me, that necessary that I start to work early.
Well, in my case, I have told everybody in EASY, from the general manager to the atención al cliente, to the customer service lady. Hey, listen, I teach from 7:30 to 11 in the mornings, from Tuesday to Friday. Please do not call me. Do not send me a message, because I won't take the phone call. I won't answer the message because I'm busy. but some of them, they still send me message during class time.
Oh, I had to talk with his assistant, and I told
Assistant.
assistant, and she knows, but he always,
He always does the same.
yes, it's terrible. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
so when you have a leasing agreement, it means one, that is a venta con reserva de dominio. The object does not belong to you until you pay the last bill. Okay?
Yes.
Until you pay the last bill. In one case, for example, when you buy a car with a loan from a bank. Okay, or if you ask for a loan okay, a loan is when a bank or an organization gives you money for buying a car, a house, okay, or for investing in a business. Okay, like the entrepreneurs, los emprendedores, that banks or saving organizations, cajas de ahorro, okay, gives people some money to invest in that small business. In most of the countries, the interest rate change depending on the kind of loan. For example, in the United States, it's very popular, the student loan, that banks gives students money for paying the university, because universities are very expensive. So it is very popular to have a student loan. The problem is that the student loan has the highest interest rate in all the banking system in the USA. Why the highest? Because if the bank gives you a loan for a house and you don't pay, the bank takes the house. Okay? If you ask for a loan to buy a car and you don't pay the installments, the installments are the periodical payment. Periodically. Pay periodically. A periodical payment, something you pay every single month, is called installments. No monthly pays or monthly bills. They are installments. When you pay the internet, you pay installments. When you pay the rent, you pay installments. Okay? So when you don't pay, if you buy a car, you ask for a loan to buy a car and you don't pay for 3 times, the bank gets your car. And then the bank sells the car in a auction. You know, auction. Subasta.
Ouch.
Yes,
Okay.
and recuperates and gets back the money that you didn't pay. And then they stalk you for you to pay, even they take the car.
Yes.
But in the case of a student loan, there isn't anything that they can get from that person, because you cannot get back the university diploma. You
Yes.
cannot take the knowledge.
They had to pay, they had to more risk.
Yes, it is a risky loan.
They had to assume more risk.
Yes, and besides, you don't know if the person graduates. But if the person decides to quit the university and they don't graduate, how can they pay the loan? That's why the students loan is the one that has the highest interest rate. And sometimes the interest rate is so high that sometimes people have to work years to pay the student loan. Up to they graduate and they can spend 7 years, 8 years paying the students' loans.
That's terrible. And but I heard that there are a lot of other options. So people can study in institutions, institution and universities, but people doesn't because it's no, they don't have a brand, a good brand.
They are not prestigious.
They don't have prestige.
Okay, well, it's like, I don't know if I commented you, in Venezuela, there are the public universities, okay, where students pay practically nothing. And there are private universities. And depending on the university, the people can get a job easier. Okay, so for example, from my university, Universidad Central de Venezuela, all people can hire you if you are from Universidad Central de Venezuela. Let's say that just to say, I am from La Central, or I am from ULA, Universidad de los Andes, at the Sierra in Venezuela, or I come from the UDO, Universidad de Oriente. So a company knows that they are good professionals. Okay. But when they come from the private universities, depending on what you study, they can hire you or not. For example, we have the Católica Andrés Bello University, Universidad Católica Andrés Bello. Okay, and the Catholic University are here in Ecuador, but here is Universidad Pontificia, but it's the same kind of organization, Universidad Católica. In Chile, there is also Universidad Católica Andrés Bello, similar to the one in Venezuela, with the same name.
Yes.
So from Universidad Católica Andrés Bello, people who graduate in journalism, periodismo, medios de comunicación, licenciados en comunicación social, from private universities, if you work in a newspaper and you have a list of people from different universities and none of them is a public university, they would select Católica. Because Católica, Universidad Católica Andrés Bello has the most prestige, it's a prestigious institution, or have the best reputation for mass media professionals, periodistas, gente que haga cine, televisión, etc. On the other hand, there is the Universidad Santa Maria, the Santa Maria University, that has engineers and has people in accounting, law, etc. So after the National University lawyers, the best lawyers from a private university are the lawyers from Santa Maria. Okay, because they are well trained and they know tricks, los trucos, los recovecos de la ley. So an engineer from Santa Maria, nobody hires them. But a lawyer from Santa Maria is the most prestigious. I can say, yo soy abogado de la Central. Oh, yo soy abogado de la Santa Maria. Ah, that is the good one to make business. Because they know all the gaps in the laws, todos los vacíos legales, people from Universidad Santa Maria know them.
Yes.
And so
that's the reason, but for me it's stupid to have to pay more than $100,000.
Yeah,
Per year is terrible.
For example, my daughter is graduated at Universidad Arturo Michelena. That is a private university. But the BAs in psychology, music, and journalism, and physiotherapy. if you study those three careers, three studies, psychology, music, and physiotherapy, you know that people is as good as from a public university. My daughter graduated as a psychologist in that university, and she was number 12 in 350 students.
Wow.
So she was at the top.
Good.
Yes, it was good. But nowadays, the university is having troubles because people cannot pay for it. You pay one semester, let's say you pay $140 or $400 for one semester, and the next semester is not $400, but $470. And the next semester is not $470, but maybe $5.20. $500.20.
But for the inflation,
Yes, because of the inflation and the value of the bolivar that always goes down regarding the dollar. When my daughter studied, you sign an agreement, okay? And the agreement says that until she finishes her studies, the fee, the university fee, will not change. So if I started paying $120, she will pay $120 until she finishes. But I lose that fee if she stops studying for a year.
wow.
She stops studying for a year, she loses that benefit.
Yes. No.
But nowadays, they change the contract, the services contract, and they say that the amount of money people pay each semester can be raised. Not can be, never, it never goes back, goes down. It always goes up. So lots of students have stopped studying because it's crazy.
Yes.
But my daughter paid the same fee. At that time was 60,000 bolívares per semester.
60,000 bolívares sounds
Yes.
a lot, but I imagine it's not too
Yes,
much.
it sounds a lot, but at that time I could afford it. I mean, from my salary, I could pay the semester. The thing is that you have to pay in 3 installments. Okay, 20,000 at the moment you register, 20,000 after a month, and 20,000 after 2 months. So you pay monthly. Okay, they have that opportunity. But
Yes.
if you pay cash, it was 40,000. But my salary didn't get to pay 40,000. Sometimes I could do it, but sometimes I couldn't. So when I couldn't, I paid the 20,000 extra. But if I had the opportunity to save some money, I paid the 40,000 cash at the moment the semester begins. It was a different system. I don't know here in Ecuador how students paid for the university, because I know university here is expensive.
I don't know, but I suppose.
I suppose.
Miss, thank
Okay.
a lot. I have to go.
Tomorrow, okay, tomorrow
Totally.
we're gonna practice unit 12, okay?
Okay.
Okay, see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
See you. Bye bye.